All right, you guys. So Ryan Reynolds obviously has to be deported back to Canada. Once again, this is a way for the left and the right to come together because no matter where you stand on the topic of mass deportations of illegals, we can now all agree that the moral crimes committed here by Ryan Reynolds against Justin Baldoni have amounted to high treason.
Robert Downey Jr., after a 5-year break, is returning to Marvel, but before he did that, he actually turned down Ryan Reynolds.
Robert Downey Jr. is finally stepping back into his Marvel shoes after a 5-year break. But the real surprise isn't just his return, it's the shocking story behind why he refused to team up with Ryan Reynolds. For years, Ryan has carried the image of a witty, lovable star who can do no wrong. But lately, that polished veneer has started to crack. Rumors are flying about secret feuds, controlling tactics, and the chilling way Ryan and his wife, Blake Lively, handle colleagues who dare to challenge them. Today, we're diving headfirst into the chaos that's rocked Hollywood, revealing how RDJ got caught in the middle, and why his firm No might have come with some very good reasons. No one ever truly believed Robert Downey Jr. was done with the Marvel Universe. After all, his portrayal of Iron Man jump-started the entire cinematic empire. But once Avengers Endgame wrapped, fans assumed he'd step away for good, at least for a while. 5 years later, the rumors started swirling that RDJ might be eyeing a comeback. Whispers spoke of cameo appearances and alternate timeline plotlines. Everyone was bracing themselves, wondering when Marvel would confirm his next move. Then word leaked that Ryan Reynolds, known for playing the wisecracking Deadpool, reached out to RDJ with a cameo idea. It sounded like a blockbuster match. The unstoppable comedic force of Ryan's Deadpool combined with the epic charm of RDJ's Tony Stark. On paper, the cameo was golden, a marketing dream that would surely send ticket sales through the roof. Fans expected Robert to jump at the chance, but out of nowhere, he decided to pass. No cameo, no wink at fans, just a quiet, emphatic no. Instantly, the question arose, why would RDJ walk away from what could have been the biggest Marvel cameo in years? To understand RDJ's refusal, we have to look at Ryan Reynolds' recent track record. For years, he cultivated an image as the industry's go-to funny guy. Charming on social media, accessible to fans, and seemingly easygoing on movie sets. But that's the public-facing Ryan. Behind the scenes, sources whisper that he's the real power player of Deadpool's franchise. From script rewrites to final edits, Ryan reportedly calls the shots. Directors who protest get sidelined. Co-stars with differing opinions find themselves conveniently shuffled out of press tours. As soon as these allegations started piling up, people began to wonder whether RDJ might not have wanted to entangle himself with all that baggage. Sure, official statements blame scheduling conflicts or creative timing. Hollywood loves using polite excuses. But the chatter is that RDJ caught wind of the friction between Ryan and other cast members, some of whom have left the franchise altogether. Whether or not that's true, the bigger question remains. Could Tony Stark and Deadpool have shared the screen without clashing egos? The short answer seems to be no, at least not under the conditions Ryan allegedly sets. But that's only half of it. Turns out, Ryan's not alone in this complicated web. His wife, Blake Lively, is facing her own set of rumors, and their combined approach to business is raising red flags among Hollywood insiders. Ryan's nice guy act has served him well with fans. He's quick with clever tweets and always happy to do comedic stunts for movie promotion. In interviews, he jokes about fatherhood and roasts Hugh Jackman, his longtime frenemy. But those who work with him, from lesser-known staffers to fellow actors, tell a different story. Some claim that once the cameras stop rolling, Ryan is all business, and his approach is anything but friendly. This tension has prompted a reevaluation of Ryan's brand in the public eye. People on social media have begun pointing out how perfectly curated his personal life appears. Then, when you add the swirl of controversies involving Justin Baldoni, accusations of blackballing behind closed doors, and rumors that Ryan meddles in every aspect of a production, it starts to paint an unsettling picture. For a while, that negative press stayed on the fringes, overshadowed by his successful projects. But little by little, the cracks in the facade became visible. Even so, few expected Robert Downey Jr., arguably one of the most beloved actors in the industry, to steer clear of a cameo that could have generated astronomical hype. The reason must have been serious enough to make him say no. And many suspect that reason is tied directly to these swirling controversies. In this sprawling drama, Justin Baldoni's name pops up more often than you'd think. Formerly seen as a wholesome figure in Hollywood, Justin ended up filing a lawsuit that put Ryan and Blake under a harsh spotlight. Though the specifics are veiled in legal language, the gist is alarming. Justin claims that he got on Ryan's bad side, and that's where everything started going downhill. According to the rumor mill, Ryan didn't just express casual disapproval. Allegedly, he and Blake leveraged their influence to isolate Justin from prime opportunities. Everything from a production's creative decisions to post-premiere gatherings. Candace Owens jumped into the fray, broadcasting claims from an inside source who insisted that Ryan was the real puppet master behind the scenes. She even suggested that Ryan Reynolds' so-called nice guy reputation is just a mask, concealing a controlling streak that came to light when he supposedly forced his way onto set, examined daily footage, and demanded changes. If these accounts hold any truth, then it's no wonder Robert Downey Jr. wanted no part of the chaos. Imagine stepping into a cameo role only to find yourself caught in the crossfire of a well-known star who wields disproportionate creative control. While nobody can confirm if these behind-the-scenes battles are the only reason RDJ bailed, it certainly raises eyebrows. When there's drama in Tinseltown, it doesn't take long for big names to speak up, especially if they've had their own encounters with the people involved. Enter Martha Stewart, who unexpectedly hinted that Ryan Reynolds isn't the fun, amiable guy he portrays on camera. While her public comments might seem mild, she only stated that Ryan can be very serious in real life. The timing suggests there's more to the story. Some observers interpreted her remarks as coded language, insinuating that once you peel back the comedic persona, you find something darker. Then there's Morena Baccarin, known for playing Vanessa in the Deadpool franchise. She had a major role in the first film, but was largely sidelined in the sequel. Officially, it was attributed to storyline choices, but insiders claim Ryan orchestrated her minimal involvement. As if that wasn't enough, TJ Miller, who portrayed Weasel, came out with his own tales of Ryan's conduct on set, insisting that Reynolds mocked him in front of cast and crew. If that's accurate, it underscores a pattern of controlling behavior that's increasingly difficult to ignore. Indeed, these testimonies all stack up. We have co-stars who felt pushed aside, comedic partners turned enemies, and celebrities like Martha Stewart making cryptic statements. All of them paint a picture of a Hollywood figure who wields power in ways that crush anyone who challenges him. Ryan Reynolds isn't the only one under the microscope. His wife, Blake Lively, has enjoyed her own shining star status for years, yet rumors point to similar controlling tendencies. The drama swirling around A Simple Favor is a prime example. Anna Kendrick, the other star in the film, has appeared noticeably detached whenever she's asked about working with Blake again. Fans picked up on Anna's vague answers and quickly speculated that something must be up. According to industry leaks, Anna and Blake aren't exactly best friends. The tension reportedly centers on professional billing, publicity demands, and Blake's alleged efforts to overshadow co-stars. Though no one has publicly confirmed this friction, the carefully arranged promotional materials and interviews seem to validate the idea that Anna is keeping Blake at arm's length. Observers noticed that in early promotional posters, Anna's name was placed first, yet Blake's was physically higher, as if to draw the eye. That might sound trivial, but in Hollywood, billing is serious business, and even small decisions can reveal bigger behind-the-scenes tussles. Some insiders claim that Anna's reluctance to do joint press stems from a wish to avoid the swirling negativity around Blake, particularly in light of the Justin Baldoni situation. If Blake is indeed following Ryan's lead by controlling narratives and overshadowing co-stars, Anna may not want to get sucked into the spotlight of that controversy. The real surprise is seeing how many people in the industry are now willing to speak up. Hollywood is famously discreet about internal conflicts. Studios don't want fans to lose faith in their favorite stars, and public feuds can be bad for box office receipts. But once the rumor floodgates open, it's hard to close them. That's exactly what's happening with Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. As more voices come forward, be they co-stars, production assistants, or celebrity commentators, the once immaculate public image of Ryan and Blake is morphing into something far more complicated. Some say it's about time, others are shocked, insisting that they never saw this controlling streak in either star. Yet the pattern is undeniable. The alleged blackballing of Justin Baldoni, the subtle shade from Martha Stewart, the quiet backpedaling by Anna Kendrick. Each piece of the puzzle fits into a larger narrative of Hollywood power plays. Robert Downey Jr. stepping away from a cameo might not seem earth-shattering on its own, but in the context of all these revelations, it's huge. RDJ, beloved for his humility and second-chance story after personal struggles years ago, has zero reason to wade into murky waters just to do a cameo. He doesn't need the paycheck, and he doesn't want the headache. No one can blame him for declining, especially if he sensed that these controversies weren't just rumors, but active fires he'd be stoking by showing up in Deadpool's world. Could this spell trouble for Ryan and Blake? Celebrity images are more fragile than they seem. Even the biggest names can plummet overnight if enough damaging stories surface, and the public turns on them. Ryan and Blake have been riding high for quite some time. They're a social media-savvy couple with comedic banter and carefully staged public appearances. But once the momentum of negative press starts rolling, it can be brutal. Major studios get skittish about investing in stars who carry baggage. Fellow actors may refuse to work with them. Suddenly, the unstoppable comedic hero and the glamorous leading lady find themselves under new scrutiny. Fans who once adored their dynamic are now questioning if it was all an act. Every sarcastic tweet, every sweet Instagram post. People wonder if that was just part of the brand, and if RDJ's refusal truly hinges on personal reservations about Ryan's on-set behavior. It means even top-tier Hollywood veterans are distancing themselves. That's far more potent than random gossip from questionable sources. Yet there's a chance Ryan could turn it around. Hollywood loves a comeback story. He could offer a sincere apology, or clarify misunderstandings, or simply approach future collaborations with genuine humility. Similarly, Blake might step forward and set the record straight, especially if the allegations about blackballing Justin Baldoni are untrue. The question is whether they'll do so before further damage is done, or if they'll double down and deny everything. At the core of these controversies is the notion of creative and personal control. Ryan Reynolds has arguably shaped Deadpool into one of modern cinema's most iconic comedic heroes, and that power might have gone to his head. Blake Lively, for her part, has advanced from TV stardom to film success, becoming a force in her own right. Together, they've cultivated an image of Hollywood's golden couple, unstoppable in their joint pursuits. But the alleged strong-arm tactics, like overshadowing co-stars, rewriting scripts, or pressuring powerful agencies, are precisely the kind of moves that can sour relationships fast. Hollywood thrives on collaboration. When one actor starts dictating every detail, it can breed resentment. RD, recognized for championing teamwork, both on-screen and off, presumably had little interest in stepping into a cameo that could end up overshadowed by behind-the-scenes drama. What's more, TJ Miller's revelations about Ryan's on-set hostility, paired with stories of how Morena Baccarin's role was drastically reduced, create a domino effect. Each piece of testimony invites the next. Once you suspect a pattern, it's hard to ignore any new claim, no matter how small. True or not, perception can become reality in an industry built on public opinion. Robert Downey Jr. returning to Marvel is a dream come true for fans. And yet, the bigger story might be why he chose not to hitch his star to Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool juggernaut. Where rumors once painted Ryan and Blake Lively as fun-loving sweethearts, an entirely different narrative has emerged. One of power plays, blackballing tactics, and wounded co-stars who felt dismissed. Is all of it true? Or are these stories just the inevitable byproduct of fame? That answer may remain hidden behind closed doors in Hollywood, but one thing's for sure. The swirl of accusations has reached a volume that's impossible to ignore. From Justin Baldoni's lawsuit to Martha Stewart's cryptic swipes, new cracks are forming in the carefully cultivated persona that Ryan and Blake present to the world. And if a highly respected icon like RDJ wants nothing to do with it, maybe there's a deeper reason he's staying away. Where do Ryan and Blake go from here? Will more colleagues step forward with their own experiences, tipping the scale of public opinion for good? Or will this all fade into Hollywood lore, overshadowed by the next scandal or blockbuster? Only time will tell if they can salvage their reputations, or if the powers of Deadpool and a meticulously perfect Instagram feed just aren't enough to bury these controversies. One thing is certain, RDJ's choice to say no might end up being the biggest red flag of them all.